Good morning. Welcome to our debate presentation. We've been working really hard over the last 6 weeks to learn about 5 interesting topics. For each topic, we'll be sharing 3 reasons for and against to help you see our point of view. By the end, we hope we persuade you to agree with us, or at least made you think about things in a new way. Let's get started.
Our first topic is weekends should be 3 days long. Oh, imagine what that would be like. Hi, my name's Freya, and today I'll be convincing you that all weekends should be 3 days long. First of all, who here likes weekends? That's what I thought. If weekends were 3 days long, it would be fun for everyone. It would improve mental health. If we had an extra day off, we could have more family time. And most people work really hard and need an extra day off. Did you know that according to CNBC.com, 87% of people out of 100 wish weekends were 3 days long? Firstly, if all weekends were 3 days long, it would improve mental health of millions of people. Most of those people suffer from stress or anxiety. Did you know that according to the fact site, 4% out of the world have anxiety from school and schoolwork? Most of those people are in the upper primary school stage, which is the stage when schoolwork increases by a lot. Secondly, if everyone had an extra day off, we could have more time to spend with family and friends. Also, it provides an extra day for being social and going out. You could go to the park, go to the beach and go surfing, or even a friend's house. It is very important to socialize and see family when you haven't seen them in a while. And it would be more fun. Does that not sound like fun to you? Lastly, many people work super hard and deserve an extra day off. Some parents are so busy that they miss their own child's milestones. Wouldn't that be devastating? Some people work 24/7. Some people leave early and come back late. Did you know that according to the news.com.au, 1 in 4 people work late every day? In conclusion, I think all weekends should be 3 days long. It would improve mental health, leave more family time, and some people work so hard that they just deserve an extra day off. Wouldn't you just love that? Because I definitely know I would. School sucks.
Weekends should not be 3 days long. These are my reasons. Having an extra day is not good for learning. Students could forget their learning if they have an extra day off, and people would not get paid as much as they would if they would only work for 4 days. Why would you work for 4 days instead of 5 and get paid less? To start with, having an extra day is not good for learning. Some argue that it could negatively impact learning due to potential reduced instructional time and difficulty maintaining a constant learning routine, according to exam success. Secondly, those opposed to this argue that if a 3-day weekend is implemented, schools will have to cram the work of 5 school days into 4. This may make the students feel more pressured, having to do more work every day at school. If there is a test, you don't want to forget everything, do you? according to exam success. Thirdly, I believe that people would not get paid as much as they would only work for 4 days. Some people might receive less pay depending on their work schedule. People will get less money of the type of pay they receive, according to Fair Work Ombudsman. How could your family live with less money? That could mean less holidays or take away food. In conclusion, weekends should not be 3 days long because having an extra day is not good for learning. Students could forget their learning if they have an extra day off, and people would not get paid as much as they would if they would only work for 4 days. So who has changed their mind about having a 3-day weekend? May this sound like a good idea, but in theory, it is not. Hopefully you enjoyed my debate.
Weekends should be 3 days long instead of 2. People work hard and an extra day would enable kids to be more prepared or study for work. Firstly, weekdays are longer than weekends, so we need 3 days instead of 2, so that we can refresh our brain, because the day before that you can do all your important things, and then the next day you can rest after all the hard work you did. And according to University of South Australia, 97% of employees said they enjoy having an extra day off to themselves and want to continue. Secondly, people work hard, so we need an extra day off because parents won't be able to take their children somewhere. So we need people to think how good it could be if an extra day off, so parents won't be tired of working, so they don't keep rumbling on. Thirdly, if we had an extra day off, it would enable kids to be more prepared for school, to study and prepare for work. So I think that we need more time to build up our minds and need an extra day so that we can relax, and it also helps our mental health. Conclusion. Weekends should be 3 days long instead of 2 because people work hard and an extra day would enable kids to be more prepared for school, to study or for work. According to neuroscience, a 3-day weekend is good for our mental health and increases our physical activity.
Good morning, I'm Charlie, and I'm going to be persuading you into not wanting a 3-day weekend. I strongly believe that a 3-day weekend should not happen, and here's why. Education is too important to give up a day of learning. Students and teachers will be more stressed to pack everything into 4 days, and lastly, children's brains will not be as ready to learn after the longer weekend. Do you want to be as smart as your older brother or sister? Well, then keep on listening, and I'll persuade you into not wanting a longer weekend. Firstly, education is too important to give up a day of learning because school is more important than hanging out with your best friends. You must not take a 3-day long weekend because you'll learn lots in just one extra day. You could forget some of the important lessons we have learned in class. Did you know, according to the website thelegacybox.com, learning new things actually helps your brain cells work more efficiently by reinforcing the myelin sheath. Do you want to be struggling or left behind in class? Secondly, students and teachers will be more stressed to pack everything into 3 days because everyone would be having to pack a lot of stuff in their bag. Students have lots of work and they'd miss their best friends. Teachers need to stay at school for meetings with parents and other teachers. If a 3-day weekend is implemented, schools will have to cram the work of 5 school days into 4. According to the employment law solicitors.co.uk, did you know that schoolwork increases pressure on students while a 3-day weekend offers more rest time? It can also lead to increased stress on children during their 4 school days. Do you think 4 school days would be more stressful than 5? Lastly, children's brains will not be as ready to learn after the longer weekend because they'll be tired and bored after an extra day of schoolwork. Did you know that brains help improve the pacing of your lesson while keeping you and your brain refreshed and focused? Do you want to be getting bad grades like D's or C minuses? Well then, let me tell you a fact. Did you know that 10% of people have been getting bad grades from not being at school? And 49.9% of people haven't been going to school just because they wanted to stay at home. Do you want to be getting teased because you haven't been going to school just because you wanted to? In conclusion, I hope I've changed your mind. Once again, my reasons are: education is too important. Number 2, students and teachers will be more stressed to pack everything into 4 days. And lastly, children's brains will not be as ready to learn. In the future, I hope you'll always go to school because it's so important. Thanks for listening.
Good morning, everyone. I'm here to tell you why we should have a 3-day weekend. Students work hard all week, and having an extra day off would give us the time we need to rest, grow, and become better learners and helpers. A longer weekend would not only help kids, but it would also benefit families and schools too. First of all, a 3-day weekend gives children more time for important appointments. Doctors and dentists often only book during school hours, which means kids miss out on learning time when they need to go an extra day off. Would make it easier for families to fit in appointments without disrupting school. Some schools have already early release days just for this reason, which proves that more time is needed. A private high school in New South Wales has permanently adopted a 4-day school week for senior students, following a successful trial of flipped learning. This initiative allows students to engage in remote learning from home 1 day per week, providing them with more time for personal appointments and reducing school-related stress. Secondly, kids need more rest and relaxation. According to doctors, children should get 9 to 12 hours of sleep every night. But with early mornings, homework, and busy schedules, many don't. A longer weekend would help us catch up on rest and avoid stress and burnout. Just like adults need more time off to recharge, the Australian government's Department of Health recommends that children aged 5 to 13 years get 9 to 12 hours uninterrupted sleep. I think I already read that. 9 to 12 hours of interrupted sleep each night. A recent survey by Melbourne's Royal Children's Hospital found that nearly half of Australian school-aged children experienced problems, highlighting the need for adequate rest. Lastly, we could also use the extra time to help around the house on weekdays. We're often too busy with school and homework to pitch in, but with a longer weekend, we can help our families by doing chores like cleaning, cooking, or watching younger siblings, helping them at home, teaches responsibility, and to make us feel proud of what we can do. In conclusion, a 3-day weekend will also help children be happier and better. Children need more time to play outside and move, but right now many don't have enough time to play after school to play. It helps us stay healthy, build friendships, and feel joyful with more time to play. Kids can be active, creative, and do what children are supposed to do. Have fun! According to the Australian Department's Government of Health website, children need aged 5 to 17 years old should engage in at least 60 minutes of moderate to vigorous intense activity each day. A 3-day weekend would also be good for our health and our families as well as education. It gives us time to rest, learn life skills, focus better, and enjoy being kids. That's why I believe all support the idea of a 3-day weekend, not just for students, but a happier, healthier future. Thank you for listening.
I strongly believe weekends should not be 3 days long because you will become lazy and students may forget their learning over a 3-day weekend. And weekends are horrible because children spend too much time on their iPads. Don't you agree? Firstly, weekends should not be 3 days long because children will forget their learning over a 3-day weekend. Did you know 70% of children forget their learning? Sounds scary, doesn't it? Secondly, children should not spend time on their iPads. They can cause lots of issues and fights. You should study more so then you can become smart for high school. Spending time on your iPads can damage your eyesight and also not be good for your attitude and health. As children will become lazier because they will spend more time in bed or on the couch instead of going outside and enjoying outdoor activities. Now, imagine the sun is shining and you don't go outside to go play. You won't get to go for a walk or play or go take your car. Instead, you will become fat and miss out on lots of things because you choose to be lazy. So after hearing me, do you agree with me about 3-day weekend being bad? I strongly believe weekends should not be 3 days long because children need to learn so they can be smart. And children shouldn't spend their weekend on their iPads. Is this the life you want for your clever, creative children? I know it's most definitely not what I want.
To begin with, I believe that weekends should be 3 days long. An extra day on the weekend means more family time. There is not enough time in a 2-day weekend. An extra day on the weekend would make people happier. And an extra day on the weekend means more time for people's hobbies and things they enjoy. Did you know that around 87% of people prefer 3-day weekends for stress relief over longer vacations? Don't you think you would be happier if you had an extra day in your weekends? Firstly, I believe that an extra day on the weekends means more family time. There is not enough time in a 2-day weekend. For this, did you know an extra day on the weekend, like a 3-day weekend, would mean people would have more time to purpose hobbies and activities they enjoy, allowing for the better rest and relaxation, according to Cool Loop. Do you want to have more time to enjoy more family time and fun hobbies? Secondly, I believe that an extra day on the weekend would make people happier. Did you know that according to Reddit, 3-day weekends would make a big difference? Having a 3-day weekend, you would actually get a true and restful weekend. Would you like to feel happier after your weekends? Finally, I believe that an extra day on the weekend would mean more time for people's hobbies and things they enjoy. According to Work-Life Balance, a longer weekend allows for more time dedicated to personal interests and relaxation, improving work-life balance. Why would anyone not want more time to do things they love doing? In conclusion, an extra day on the weekend means more family time. There is not enough time in a 2-day weekend. An extra day on the weekend would make people happier. And an extra day on the weekend means there's more time for people's hobbies and things they enjoy. So what do you think? Does a 3-day weekend sound good? Have I convinced you?
That was amazing. Now, my group will be presenting our second topic. Primary students should not have homework at all. Hi, my name's Zara, and today I'm going to convince you why primary students should not have homework. I urge you teachers to allow primary students to not have homework because children need to spend time with their friends after school, children should exercise instead of homework, and students will get homework in high school, so let them have a little more freedom in primary school. Wouldn't you want to come home, relax, play, or exercise? To begin with, children need to spend time with their friends after school. Children tend to be a little moody at school because of the pressure that homework puts on students. With saying that, it might cause dysregulated conversations, and some of the students might not be able to control some of those emotions and they will lash out. Others might get started at these emotions, so instead of doing homework, you could be repairing relationships and having fun with your friends. That's why students need to spend time with their friends after school instead of homework. Secondly, children should exercise instead of homework because children already have so much schoolwork, so that's adding a lot more work to their plate. Saying you have to do this work that we'll be doing at school is like saying that we're taking away your free time to do more productive things, like sport, exercise, and fun. That's right. Did you know that 40% of children do sport? But that means only around 60% students don't do any sport whatsoever, according to your sport trust, of course. That's most likely due to parents saying if you don't do your homework, you can't do your sport today. Lastly, students will get homework in high school so let them have a little more freedom in primary school. According to Torrens University Australia, high school students study 10 to 15 hours a week. So letting students have less homework in primary school will enhance students' mental health, which will make learning so much easier with a good mindset. Why would you want to do homework and schoolwork together with a really bad mindset? In conclusion, every school should get rid of homework because children need to spend time with their friends after school. Children should do exercise instead of homework, and students will get homework in high school, so let them have more freedom in primary school. Hope you believe me now.
Students in primary school should have homework. Hello everyone, my name is Elizabeth. Today I'm going to tell you why I absolutely believe that students in primary school should have homework. Homework will teach students what to expect in high school and prepare themselves. Homework also helps students not to forget what they learn at school. It reinforces their learning. Homework gets students very organized. Firstly, I strongly believe that children in primary school should definitely have homework because it helps students prepare for lots of tests, exams, and other things that happen in high school. Homework will also give a big difference in grades, which means you are most likely to get fantastic marks. About 70% of students like homework according to ITS Education Asia. Secondly, homework helps students not to forget what they learn in class. It reinforces their learning, also meaning that they will stay more confident while doing work in class. Don't you want your child to be more confident while doing work? Lastly, homework is also known as keeping students very organized. Even though you would think it is a mess, it keeps everyone neat and tidy. Organization is very important like homework. Homework keeps students organized by maybe if you do any after-school activities, you would keep track of time and what days you can do your homework, meaning you will always miss a day or two on homework, keeping you organized and on track with your life's routines. As you can see, I'm very aware now that you all know why homework is very important, keeping you organized, preparing for high school, and reinforcing students' learning. I know that homework is very important because of what it can do to our lives.
Primary school students should not have homework. I know primary school students should not have homework because they do enough learning at school. Children should spend time doing after-school activities or spend time with family. Don't you want to spend more time with friends and family? Students should be spending way more time with their families. Would you rather spend time with your child or them doing homework? Also, children need exercise, so they should be doing after-school sports. ChildMindInstitute.com says after-school activities help children to socialize and work in groups. Homework is a waste. If you do homework every day, it is not good for you because it can build stress and anxiety. Also, homework doesn't allow you to get outside. By the time you finish homework, it will be too late to play outside. Students need breaks from homework. They already go to school for 6 hours each day, and they are learning all day at school. Do you think that's enough learning? I sure do. Homework makes you drained and tired. Sometimes you forget to do homework, then you get in trouble. According to numberworksandwords.com, having breaks from homework reduces anxiety and stress levels. It also helps children to relax their body and brain. Homework is not useful. It should be banned from society. Lastly, children are still growing. They do not need homework. They should focus on things they like. Homework makes children tired and moody. In conclusion, children should not have homework because it is a waste. Children should be doing sports or spending time with family for bonding time. Homework is not essential for learning.
Hi, I'm Cooper, and I want to change your mind about homework. Before I start, who doesn't like homework? Wow, that's a lot. Let me change your mind right here, right now, about homework. Students need homework. This allows parents to be involved in their child's learning and connect school to home. Homework can be engaging and fun with parents' support. Homework helps students to understand consequences, such as forgetting to bring it home or take it to school. Do you want your child to get disappointing grades? Consistency helps students not to forget important concepts. Don't you think it connects school and home life by doing homework? Firstly, homework allows parents to be involved in their child's learning. So if you have a child in school, you can certainly agree that homework boosts learning and memory. If we didn't have homework, we would get less intelligent by 10%, according to Sydney University. Do you want your child to make progress and succeed? Secondly, homework allows students to understand consequences. If you don't bring your homework to school, you will miss out on lunch. So when you get a job, it helps you to understand that you have to do it properly, so you don't get fired. So do you want to have no job and live in shame for the rest of your life? Lastly, one of the most valuable lessons the pandemic has taught us is the importance of consistency in homework. During challenging times when traditional classroom settings were disrupted, many students had to adapt to remote or hybrid learning environments. Now have I changed your mind about homework? Thank you for listening to my debate.
Hello everyone, I'm Logan Murray. I strongly believe that primary students should 100% not have homework because it is not good for their mental health. It eats into students' free time and relaxation. Homework takes up time for other activities and hobbies. Your kid could be bored out of their mind doing homework. Firstly, school students work all day and they have to work more, which can make your kid depressed and sad every day when they come home. And do you want your kid to go insane and depressed? Trillium.com says homework has become a matter of concern for educators, parents, and researchers due to its potential effects on home and students' stress levels. It is no secret students often find themselves grappling with elevated levels of stress and anxiety throughout their academic careers, so understanding the extent to which homework affects their stress levels is important. Secondly, it eats into students' free time, which could be time doing playing video games, exercising, and playing at your friend's house. Video games can make your kid escape life and hang out with their best friends. According to goodschools.com, homework eats up some valuable time kids must spend with their family, attend extracurricular activities for older children. Schoolwork may also compete with a part-time and casual work in years 5 and 6. It can be difficult to manage homework with independent study. Finally, homework takes up time for other hobbies like swimming, YouTube, drawing, and so on. And basketball. Sports can help the fitness of your student. According to scienceleadership.com, many students get home and the first thing they do is homework. They are pressurized by their parents to do homework while simultaneously being encouraged to spend time with their family and eat. Go outside and participate in sports with extracurricular activities and sleep for 7+ hours. I truly believe that all primary students should agree with me because homework is not good for their mental health. Homework eats up into students' free time and relaxation, and homework takes up time for other activities and hobbies.
Hello, I'm Isabel,
Who here thinks we should all have homework? Not what I expected. Well, either way, I'm going to convince you why we should all have homework. Students should have homework for 3 reasons, and I'm going to tell you why. 1. Homeworks help you revise what you have learned after the past few weeks. 2. Having homework ensures you to finish all your schoolwork. And 3. Homework could teach you new ideas and facts. Would you like new ideas and facts? Everyone should have homework because homework helps students to revise what you have learnt after the past few days. Homework can even make you smarter and stronger. Would you like to be smarter and stronger? Homework could be good for you because your family can help you do your homework, and that is family bonding. And it also shows your parents what you have been learning in class. Homework can ensure students to complete their schoolwork before it's due. Would you like to be left behind with schoolwork? Homework can persuade people to finish their schoolwork before the week finishes. People say that homework does not help you, but it certainly does. Homework can give students for a lifetime to help you. Did you know that homework can help you every year of your life? Homework helps everybody. If you're wondering how, homework can stretch your mind to the limit. Plus, you can get an A in spelling, writing, and maths. And you can get the highest grade in your year group. In my conclusion, school should have been sending home homework for thousands of years. There are my 3 reasons that I said, and here they are again. 1. Homework helps you to revise what you have learnt. 2. Having homework ensures you to finish all your classwork. 3. Homework could teach you students new ideas and facts. So there are my 3 reasons why we should all have homework. Thank you for listening and have a wonderful day.
No homework, a 3-day weekend. This is sounding good. Our next topic is every home should have a pet. Hopefully everyone will agree with me on this one. Every home should have a pet. A pet can offer unconditional love and comfort, which reduces your stress, according to Health Direct, while keeping you active where you can run with your pet. They also lower your blood pressure and help your overall well-being. And don't forget the cuteness factor. Firstly, a Reach Out Australia study found that 50% of young people just in Australia are stressed about studying and exams. Having a pet would reduce that stress and they wouldn't feel upset or angry as much anymore. Having a pet can ease your anxiety, according to Mental Health Foundation. Do you want stress building up and when you let it out hurt someone you love? Secondly, lower blood pressure can lower the risk of major health issues that are affecting over 6.7% of the adult population. Estimated at 1.3 million people are living with heart attacks, strokes and vascular disease in Australia, according to National Health Survey. Lower blood pressure can help with all these conditions. Do you want lower blood pressure? Then you need to get a pet. It will lower blood pressure so that your risk of these diseases get lowered. Lastly, do you want a fun, active and healthy lifestyle? Dog owners are likely to take their dog out for a walk or a run every day. This can be a fun way to fit exercise into your routine, according to Mental Health Foundation. According to formula statistics, a large amount of 77% would rather walk their dog than go to the gym. Who here would rather walk their dog than run around the house to get the energy out? You should absolutely get a pet because having a pet will give you so many good things like lower stress, lower blood pressure, and amazing exercise. Do you want all these things? Then get a pet.
Pets can carry Pets can carry diseases like rabies, the plague, and ringworm. Who would want to get sick? You can't go on vacation leaving your pet at home. They need food, grooming, and caring. Firstly, pets carry diseases like the plague, rabies, and ringworm. And you can get really sick from the diseases and germs for a long time. Secondly, if you want to go to vacation, you can't because you have to take care of your pet and feed them. That is very boring. Pets want you to repetitively give them care and nobody wants to miss a vacation. Lastly, pets take up valuable time like sleeping, gaming, reading, or having a conversation, while you have to feed them, groom them, and take care of them. Pets waste our time and are really annoying. Pets carry harmful diseases and germs like the plague, rabies, and ringworm. Nobody likes missing vacations because of their pet. Pet owners can't leave their pet for a vacation because they need food and water. Pets have over 50 types of diseases. Pets take up valuable time like reading, gaming, sleeping, and talking to pets. Pets want food, grooming, and care. I highly recommend not to get a pet.
This is what you should know 100%. You should have a pet because pets can help reduce loneliness. Pets can guide your home and where you store items, and pets can teach children responsibility. Would you like a child to be more responsible and happier? Firstly, pets reduce loneliness by 100% because they can't leave you alone. They love you. If they pat you, they probably just lick you all day. I love dogs and I love patting dogs because they're so fluffy. Have you ever heard this saying? A dog is a man's best friend. Did you know under 10 years of age, pets can teach children according to the Dogs Australian website by requiring care all day, examples feeding, cleaning, exercise and anything else in modern day life. I would love a dog that teaches you and me. If you don't feed or care for your pet, it will get sick and die. You don't want that, do you? Thirdly, dogs can protect your house if you train them well. These are the dogs that are easy to train, such as German Shepherds, Golden Retrievers, Doberman, and Border Collie. I would love a dog that guards your house, wouldn't you? You won't need an alarm or locks or window grills. You know you would be safe with a dog. This is a must-have. Everyone should have a pet because pets help people not to feel lonely. Pets can guard your home and possessions, and pets can teach children responsibility. You know you have to get a dog now.
Hello, my name is Sophia, and I'm going to tell you about how every home should not have a pet. I strongly believe that not all families should have pets. They are messy and they have germs, and if they are old, they will die. And also, they are very, very, very noisy, and I know you would not want that, right? Firstly, they are very messy and have lots of germs. I do not want to get sick, and probably also you too. Cats scratch everything, and dogs, mostly newborn ones, pee and poop on the floor, right? Secondly, when you have a dog for a long time, one day it will sadly die. And I know you will be so devastated, right? Well, I would be. Lastly, if you worked at the hospital overnight, you're probably very tired and would want to go to sleep, but you can only sleep through the day. So you get ready to have a nice rest. But then suddenly you hear bark, 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 meow, meow. Wouldn't you want to have peace and quiet? So, do you agree with me now? I have talked about messy and germs, old age and noisy. Can you please believe that not all families should have pets?
Every home should have a pet. I strongly believe that every home should have a pet because they provide companionship, also provide love, and they're happy when you get home, which makes you feel happy. Would you like to be happy when you get home? Firstly, they provide company by them wanting to come with you wherever you go, them being with you even when you go outside or when you're watching TV, even when you're sleeping. Secondly, they provide love and companionship by them coming to you and sitting in your lap. Might even give you a lick on the face. They also go and join you in things you are doing. Lastly, they are happy when you get home, which makes you feel happy. They're always waiting for you at the door to come home. It always makes me feel happy. Overall, every home should have a pet, while not every home is ready for a pet. Many homes could benefit from the companionship and emotional support that pets provide.
Every home should not have a pet. I passionately believe that pets should not be in every home. They can cause potential damage and induce stress to owners. They can also cause owners to spend money. Pets give people allergies, and pets need lots of time and attention. Does this sound like it would be a good idea for your household? Firstly, most people are allergic to pets. Some pets can carry diseases. Pets can sometimes bite or scratch and give you a rash. Did you know pets can carry parasites like fleas, ticks, and worms, according to parasites.org? Pets also shed hair. Those who shed less need to be clipped every couple months because they cause asthma to flare and hay fever, symptoms like sneezing and itching eyes. That doesn't sound like fun. Secondly, did you know 80% of the world picks dogs over cats according to nz.org.au? It actually is annoying because when you travel, you have to bring your pet and it's very frustrating. Pets will take up all your spare time. You will need to take it walking, take it to the vet, brushing, playing with. All these things take time. Thirdly, you will need to spend money for their living space, plus they don't particularly like small rooms. Animals need food, which is expensive, vet bills, toys, and pet spaces. All these add up to a lot of money. In these financial times, do you really want to spend extra money on an animal? In conclusion, if you travel more than 8 hours, you would not want a pet. This is why every home should not have pets in their homes. Pets need lots of time and attention. Pets are very expensive. They also cause allergies to people. Do you agree with me? It will be expensive with lots of items for your pets, so they're not bored and they have lots of fun. You'll need to spoil your pet.
Now on to our next topic, which I know will get everyone talking. School uniforms should be compulsory. Hello, I'm Addison, and today I'm going to tell you why I truly believe that wearing school uniforms is crucial for children. Because school uniforms make sure that children look neat. Uniforms also make sure that your child represents their school proudly, and it takes less time to get ready in the morning. Now, who here likes school uniforms? Who doesn't like uniforms? Oh gosh, okay, that's a lot. So trying to change your mind right here, right now, for the children and parents who don't like uniforms. Firstly, if all children wore uniforms, then all students would represent their school proudly. According to www.nordangliaeducation.com, school uniforms are a way of developing a sense of togetherness among students and staff, along representing the school that they belong to. Children also look the same, which can show a sign of belonging. Secondly, if children wore a specific dress code, it would prevent time being lost in the morning. Now, this is for the parents. If a child wore a uniform every day to school, then it would take more time to get ready in the morning, which isn't good at all, because what if you are rushing parents and you're late for work? As any parent knows, weekday mornings can be chaotic. It can be tricky enough to get yourself ready without having to worry about how your child is getting on too. That problem is amplified if your child doesn't have a uniform to put on each morning, as they take their time to decide what to wear. In the end, do you want to be late for work? No, you do not. That's why you should like uniforms. Lastly, children look very neat if they wore uniforms because of tucked-in shirts, ties, neat hairstyles and jewelry, and correct shoe designs. If children wore no uniforms, then they would look very scruffy and messy. School uniforms generally appear neater and more uniform than free dress policies. This is because uniforms dictate specific clothing items, styles, and colors, leading to a more cohesive and standardized look among students. Free dress, on the other hand, allows for a wider range of personal styles, potentially leading to a less neat and more diverse appearance. In conclusion, I strongly believe that all schools should agree with me that uniforms should be compulsory, because uniforms make sure that your child looks neat, uniforms make children represent their school proudly, and it takes less time to get ready in the morning. Thanks for listening.
School uniforms should be compulsory. By Ned, I strongly believe that school uniforms should not be compulsory because children sometimes whine and complain, as the uniform is not stylish or fashionable. It's boring with the colours red, white, black and blue. The tie is very uncomfortable to wear. Students should have the freedom to wear what they want. Don't you agree with me? Firstly, uniforms are very uncomfortable and issue believe the same out. Others see uniform as a discomfort, a variety of reasons, including physical restriction, temperature, and emotional impact of wearing clothing that doesn't reflect individuality preferences, according to the editor of magazine. Secondly, school uniforms are not stylish or fashionable. You have to wear boring t-shirts and shorts. Everyone looks the same and you have to wear a tie. Uniform as lacking in style and fashion. Thirdly, students should have the freedom to wear what they want. Students should have the freedom to express themselves through clothing choices and confidence, while also allow them to explore their identities and social trends. The Commissioner for Children and Young People say students should be able to wear what they want, as it shows their personality. In conclusion, school uniforms are very uncomfortable for children. They sometimes whine and complain. School uniforms are not stylish or fashionable with the colours, with the boring white, black, blue and red. Students should have the freedom to wear what they want. So don't you want school uniforms?
Good morning, staff, students and parents. My name is Paige and I wholeheartedly believe school uniform should be compulsory because students will not be able to compare with others if they have better or more expensive clothes. It will reduce distractions in the classroom and it will ensure every student dresses appropriately. Do you want your child to be distracted in class? To begin with, students who wear a uniform will not be able to compare with others if they have better or more expensive clothes. Not wearing a uniform may lead to bullying. That is bad because it can make children incredibly insecure in themselves, according to National Library of Medicine. Your child can have bad anxiety from bullying, according to kidshelpline.com. Secondly, wearing a uniform will reduce distractions in the class. When children are distracted in class, they are less able to focus on their lesson, leading to not understanding new concepts and relating information, according to National Library of Medicine. Do you want to be concentrated in class? Finally, dressing inappropriately at school can be problematic, as it can disrupt the learning environment, cause distractions and potentially lead to an impact on the school's reputation, according to kidshelpline.com. Some examples of inappropriate dressing are rude singlet top, rude images or words, short skirts and crop tops. Do you want your child to come home sunburnt? This is why school uniforms should be compulsory. Children cannot compare with others who may have better or more expensive clothes. It will reduce distractions in the classroom and ensure every student dresses appropriately. I have a question for you. Who agrees with me that school uniforms should be compulsory after hearing my presentation? Yay. I hope you are considering changing your mind after hearing my presentation. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Jay. Today I'll be telling why school uniforms should be compulsory. So let's start, shall we? I strongly believe that school uniforms should not be compulsory because school uniforms are so expensive. Uniforms are really hard to put on yourself and the obvious school logo on makes students really unsafe of where they are anywhere. So do you want your child to be unsafe and at risk? Firstly, basically every single school uniform has in common is they're expensive. If a school insists that each uniform has a school logo, parents can be looking for a price of a couple $100s. So why are some schools so strict about what kids wear? What impacts do uniforms have on kids, and what can families do to save money? So, do you want to spend lots of money on just clothes for your children to wear to school? Secondly, when you wake up in the morning, you would feel happy until you see your uniform on the table. Then you would feel grumpy and annoyed. But did you know that according to yourdailyjournal.com, out of the 1,634 responses gathered around WA, shared that they strongly dislike the current school uniform because if students wear school uniforms, it could break down class barriers and it limits children's personality and creativity. So, do you want your child to be all the same and have no personality? Finally, the obvious school logo on school uniforms makes students really unsafe. When the school goes on excursions, they could be watched, targeted, or at risk. If you are out in public and you're wearing your school uniform, someone who you don't know could read your logo and find out where you go to school. And if they do, they could break in and cause a lockdown. So, do you want your child and others to be scared and still wear the uniform? Conclusion. So now I have a question for you parents. Do you want to spend lots of money on school clothes for your children? This may not affect you, but when we are at home and we are getting ready for school, the uniforms are so hard to put on and take too much time. In the morning, it can cut down our morning routine, and the last thing is that the obvious school logo makes students unsafe and can be at risk. So, don't you agree?
I strongly believe that school uniforms should be compulsory. School uniforms develop a sense of community. They help with controlling bullying because everyone is wearing the same clothes and it is easier for teachers to look after excursions because they're all wearing the same uniform. Could you imagine yourself not wearing a school uniform and wearing free dress every day for 8 years? Would that make you look sensible? Firstly, let's say you were at a mass and your friend was wearing free dress and the priest didn't know you were from the school. If you are walking or driving and you see a student wearing the same uniform, that means you and he or she are from the same community then. According to monash.edu, a sense of community at school can boost students' overall well-being and academic performance. Students who feel connected to their school community are more likely to be engaged in learning, take more initiative, even exhibit. Why would you not want your best friend to be in a different community from you? Secondly, if you are poor and stylish clothes are expensive, then you go out to school and someone bullies you throughout the year because you are not wearing the same uniforms as others, and the only reason he bullies you is because you are poor and he is richer than you. But if you guys had the same uniforms on, that means he wouldn't bully you anymore, and this would have never happened because everyone is wearing the same uniform. Would you want to be bullied because you're poor and can't buy school clothes? Then you wouldn't have been bullied at school anymore. Uniforms may minimize shame of bullying, harassment, and other pressures placed on students in relation to what they wear or how they look. This is according to ehe.osu.edu. Thirdly, teachers can look after kids easier because they are all wearing the same school uniform. Do you want to get lost from your class because you don't have your school clothes on? If you don't have your school clothes on, then the teacher won't know where you are, especially if you are at a park, water place, or zoo. Excursions provide more opportunities outside the classroom setting, potentially leading to better understanding and stronger relationships. And wearing a uniform can make managing student behavior easier. This is according to educationjourneys.com.au. So you must wear your school clothes every day for a year. Conclusion. School uniforms must be worn to develop a sense of community, helps create less bullying in schools, and it is easier for teachers to look after students when outside of school grounds. All these reasons and more are why school uniforms should be compulsory. So you should always wear school uniforms even if you don't like them. As you see now that he or she is part of your community. Guys, so these are why you should wear your school uniforms. Who now agrees with me?
I strongly believe that school uniforms should not be compulsory for these three reasons. Ties can be a choking hazard. Also, who likes school uniforms anyway? I also believe school uniforms can be a distraction. School uniforms also make your kids have less freedom to move around. Do you want your kids to move around? Firstly, ties can be a choking hazard. Did you know that on dailymail.com it said that it is feared that children may be strangled accidentally during playground games because they might get yanked? Do you want your child to choke? Imagine your child is doing their tie up too tight and they can't loosen it. Do you really want your child wearing a tie? Secondly, school uniforms can be a distraction. Children are always fixing their ties, buttons, etc. They are always complaining that uniforms are itchy. Uniforms sometimes don't have the exact size, so they can be too tight or too loose. Do you as a parent want your kids not to learn because of a silly uniform?
Did you know that on ccyp.com it says that they are refocusing the debate of the uniforms because they are distraction? Do you want your kids distracted at school? Thirdly, school uniforms make you have less freedom to move around. Don't you want your kids to move around? If your kids wear stiff skirts, stiff shirts, or stiff pants, how are they meant to move around? They can't. I also found out that on newscientist.com it says that uniforms prevent kids from getting enough exercise. Imagine your kids don't get enough exercise because of a silly uniform. You are liking school uniforms? Now after hearing that ties are a choking hazard, uniforms are a distraction, and that they don't give enough kids to move around, what do you think about school uniforms now?
To finish off our debates, we will be discussing a topic that is currently in the news and a talking point for many. Children under 15 years of age should have access to social media. Good morning, my name is Daisy. In my opinion, children under 15 years of age should be allowed to use social media. Since it's not up to the government, it's up to parents or guardians to decide what their children do. Children will learn how to share digital content, and children will learn how to be responsible online. Do you want to use social media? Firstly, I strongly believe that children should have access to social media, and I know that the government should obviously not decide if children should or shouldn't have access to it. Parents or guardians have the right to decide, and the government do not have that right. Secondly, children will learn to share digital content. According to raisingchildren.net.au website, children will learn to manage emotions and see others' points of view. As another fact, the website Using Social Media Safely, NSW Government, social media can be a tool for learning, fostering critical thinking, and developing social skills. According to Using Social Media Safely, children will learn how to share digital content through a combination of guidance, modeling, and experiences. This includes learning how to share technology for communication, collaboration, and information sharing, while also developing pro-social skills like turn-taking and responsible online interaction. Thirdly, children will learn to be responsible online. According to raisingchildren.net.au website, children will learn how to be responsible online and extend or share what they are learning at school. To keep the child responsible, there are also safe spaces online. According to Virtual Safe Spaces UNICEF, online safe spaces are virtual platforms designed to foster a sense of security and inclusion, allowing individuals to share their experiences, opinions, and feelings without the fear of judgment, harassment, or harm. They often emphasize respect, inclusivity, and support for groups. Do you think children will learn how to be responsible online? Overall, children under 15 years of age should be allowed social media. Since it's not up to the government to decide, it's up to parents or guardians to decide. Children will learn how to share digital content, and children will learn how to be responsible online. If we trust children under the age of 15 to ride bikes, get themselves dressed, and get themselves to school, then we should trust them to use social media.
Good morning, parents, teachers, and my fellow students. I strongly believe that children under the age of 15 shouldn't have access to social media. But before I start, I have a question for the students. Do you want social media? Okay. Well, I think if children have access to social media, children might see inappropriate content and may get incorrect information online. Children may be bullied online, and children may be in danger of being stalked. Do you want that? Firstly, children may be in danger of being stalked. According to PrewResearch.org, 15% of teens have experienced someone constantly asking who or where they are. Children might go on a website and expose private information, and children could feel scared, unsafe, and this stranger could know where you are, as in your address or phone number. In addition, children may be bullied online. Do you want children to be bullied online? Well, according to cyberbullying.org, 30% of teens that they have surveyed over the last 12 studies have shown them that they have been bullied. Cyberbullying is basically just bullying with the use of digital technology. They can do this by imitating others by stealing a phone number on social media. Finally, children may see inappropriate behavior or content. Would you want to see that? I surely would not. It says right here, according to UNICEF.org, an enormous amount of 62% of teens have been exposed to harmful content online, such as nudity or bad language. Do you want children to be exposed to bad and harmful language? I sure don't, even though I'm not an adult. I am a child. In conclusion, I will always believe children under the age of 15 shouldn't have access to social media. It's dangerous, from being bullied to seeing inappropriate things to actually being stalked. Do you still want social media, students?
Hello, and welcome to my presentation about why certainly children should have access to social media under the age of 15. I believe that I'll make your mind blow about why children under the age of 15 should be allowed social media. Your child can learn worldwide perspectives and different points of view. Children can get knowledge on a wide range of topics, and it is a great way to connect with their friends and make new ones. Firstly, as you all should know, children should be allowed technology under the age of 15. ProdigyGame.com is a fun and enthusiastic game to play and challenges come across. Then, kids can learn worldwide perspectives and different points of view. They can learn worldwide perspectives by learning new languages on a very good app called Duolingo. Secondly, I feel that you need to let your child just play or watch social media. Here, let me tell you why. Your child can get more knowledge on a wide range of topics just online. According to bu.edu.au, young people are used to getting information from the internet about things that really matter to them. When it comes to mental health and well-being, they may need some guidance to find the most appropriate resources. Lastly, being online is one of the best ways to not just connect, but make new friends. Would you like your child making lots of friends? Did you know that 57% of teens make friends online? If you have family overseas, social media can help you stay connected. You can send pictures and messages to keep up to date with them. In conclusion, your child can learn worldwide perspectives and different points of view. Also, they can get knowledge on a wide range of topics. It is a great way to connect with their friends and make new ones. Have a wonderful rest of your day.
I have a question for everyone here, including parents. Who here has been on social media? Damn, that's way more than I was expecting. I was just expecting the parents. But children have actually killed themselves from social media. Do you want to hear a knock knock joke? Knock knock. Children going online under the age of 15 is okay. The end. It's a joke. It means it's not okay. So let's ban it. Children have been getting bullied online. Children have been getting up, but staying up late and getting tired. Children are becoming more anxious and depressed due to social media. And waking up in the middle of the night and scrolling through social media, man. Raise your hand if you agree. And who wants their child an iPad zombie? Okay. Social media is stopping children from sleeping so they don't pass tests or other schoolwork and getting bad grades and affecting their behavior in school and getting their brain nommed. Wait, hold on, is that first? Yeah, that's first. 80% of kids have been getting no sleep at all. And 47% are spending more than 5 hours a day on social media. That's 5 out of 6 5 out of 6 hours of school. Long-term exposure to blue light at night can disrupt sleep, impair cognitive functions, and potentially contribute to the development of eye-related conditions. Raise your hand if you agree with me. Okay, let's keep going, because, you all not agree with me. Secondly, social media is causing anxiousness and cyberphobia, the fear of computers. And also can significantly get anxiety due to computers if you have cyberphobia. Because you might be thinking about identity thief, hacking, and people finding out where you live. And they can also make FOMO happen to you, FOMO, which is the fear of missing out on experiences. Can also lead to social media and also maybe cause cyberphobia if you have real bad FOMO. And they keep, and teens under the age of 15 are thinking that, drop my piece of paper. I think, have only been on social media to try get more likes and follows and friends. For example, say this is guy called Bob. He makes an account on, I don't know, TikTok or social media. And this guy named Bill on TikTok or social media friends him, follows him, and likes everything. And one day, Bill gets bored, starts writing hate comments. For example, "Oh, you're so ugly," and makes Bob melt down into tears, which will lead to my third reason. Depression. 50% of kids have said that social media has a negative online experience on social media. Suicide rates have increased due to online bullying and other mental health problems like self-harm. We need to protect ourselves from this. In my conclusion, social media isn't the amazing thing you think it is. It is damaging you and me and everyone else in this room. Most people don't realize what we see on there isn't real life, unless you've seen cartoon things, then that's not real life. Real life is riding your bike on the park with your friends, going to the beach, and getting hugs from your mom, and most definitely reading books! Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Bianca Lago. To start off, I'd like to ask you all a question. Who here has social media and Messenger Kids accounts? That's exactly what I expected. But for those of you that didn't put their hands up, I'd like to introduce you to all the amazing benefits of having social media and that you should get it if you don't already. There are so many benefits of having it. Do you want to be isolated from the rest of the world while everybody else is having the time of their lives? I bet you don't. Well, firstly, social media gives children the ability to connect with friends and family who live far away. I'll ask you another question. In percentage, how many children aged 8 to 12 in Australia use social media? Kayana? No. Shia? It's less than 100. Paige? One more tomorrow. 90? Did you say 90? Well, I've learned that 80% of children aged 8 to 12 in Australia use social media. Be the 80%. Anyways, if we go back to the topic, I know what you're thinking. Can't you just call? Well, that is true. But wouldn't you rather be able to use filters and photos, text, and much, much more? I know, right? Social media gives children the ability to experience more. Do you want to connect better with friends, family, teachers, and others? Well, I'm telling you, social media is perfect for that. Secondly, children can stay entertained. Say if it's a rainy day, you've read all the books in your house, you've played all the games, and you've watched all the shows. What would you do? Destiny? Exactly. You could go on social media. Social media can get you new friends to talk to and fun games to play. Oh, and back to the first reason, you can also have fun and chat with friends and family who live far away. Social media is great for creating new friends that can give you support and have fun with you. Social media introduces you to fun activities, text with friends, and can teach you to enjoy learning about things. It can be really entertaining if you try. Do you want to spend an entire day doing nothing? I bet you don't. Lastly, children can learn to develop a positive digital footprint. If you don't know what that is, a positive digital footprint means that you view good, safe, and appropriate things. It also means that you are a good person online. Anyways, social media helps children to get comfortable with the digital world early on. It can also help children to make new friends with the same interests. Plus, online communities can provide a sense of belonging and can give support, which can help with developing a positive digital footprint. Social media can help you if you're feeling stressed because you can view funny videos to talk to make you laugh and talk with friends and ask for advice. Do you want your child to be viewing inappropriate things and having a negative digital footprint? Think about it. In conclusion, children under 15 years of age should have access to social media because it can help you connect with family, keep you entertained, and can teach you to develop a positive digital footprint. Social media is perfect for making new friends, seeing funny videos, connecting with others, and getting support from communities. You should definitely get social media. There are so many benefits of having it. Thank you for listening. I hope you agree with me. Oh, and remember, be the 80%!
Children under the age of 15 should not be using social media. Social media affects children's social skills and they compare themselves to others. Children also focus on getting likes and worry if they don't. Children are wildly impacted by social media. Do you want your children to be impacted? Firstly, social media affects children's social skills, which are needed frequently in life. Children have too many fake friends or not genuine friends, and not real ones. Social skills affected can be eye contact, holding conversations, or general manners. Children will also purposely avoid a conversation with others and avoid help from others. Do you want your children to have terrible social skills? Secondly, children may compare themselves with others. This can impact how children negatively think about themselves. Children who think negatively about themselves can't focus on schoolwork as they think they aren't good enough. Do you want your children to constantly doubt themselves? Lastly, children focus on getting likes and worry if they don't. This means kids will focus on and check how many likes they have, not schoolwork. Children can also worry and get discouraged if they don't get likes. This can lead to things like mental trauma or depression and anxiety. Around 32% of children have anxiety due to social media. Do you want your children to have anxiety? To conclude my text, I say children under 15 years of age should not be allowed to use social media. It affects children's social skills and makes children compare themselves to others, and children focus on getting likes and worry if they don't. 48% of children are affected by social media in negative ways. Do you think your children need this sort of impact on their life? Thank you for listening. We hope you enjoyed our debates today. Maybe we gave you some new things to think about, or even helped you see these topics in a different way. Thanks for being such a great audience.